Hi everyone, Sparkle Sprinkler here. If you are new to my channel, y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. As you know, first of all, y'all, I'm still struggling with allergies and I've got a raspy voice, so just excuse me, but we're just pushing through this, okay? As you know, I've had to change my diamond painting for this series. I told y'all we were going to find out what customer service for Kudeals look like. We know what Temu is. Now let's find out what Kudeals is. And what I did was I contacted them and sent them photos of my diamonds and what they were doing. I knew that they were on holiday. I knew that it would probably be a while, and it was several days. They answered and looked at the photos, and they said, oh, this is unacceptable. And I told them that I did not want to go with the parrot again. I chose a square rhinestone 80 by 80 in a design that is almost like the parrot that I've got. This one has 3 adult parrots, 2 baby parrots. It doesn't have a lot of the trees, but it has the nest. It is similar. And so I chose that, and y'all, they are replacing the diamond painting completely. No extra charge. I told them I would pay the difference on it because the full rhinestones are a little more, I think. And they said no, any quality control issues is our responsibility, and they are replacing it. Now, I do have one order that I mentioned last time, a large order of all rhinestones. Then I ordered 4 more. And I have, they're going to combine it in the shipping. They did tell me that it would be 15 to 25 day lead time because of logistics of coming back from the holidays. Said that it would be, you know, probably mid-March before they shipped. So, which is fine with me. Once I get it in, I'll make sure to let you know that I do have the diamond painting in hand, but they are replacing it, no charge. Okay? So, there is your Kudeal customer service review for me. Fantastic in my eyes. Okay, all right, y'all, we're going to get started with this one. What I have decided to do is I'm going to leave all of my diamond. I've got 7 or 8 Kudeals that are squares. I have decided that everything that I have ordered and the replacement for the parrots are all rhinestone squares. I'm going to let my Diamond Art Club Dreamers Designs and Ever Moments be my squares in my stash. Y'all, I've got probably 50 altogether of all of those together, maybe 60. I don't know. I haven't counted them. They're in boxes and they are tucked safely away. Okay. I'm decided I'm going to let Kudeals be my square rhinestones. Okay, so that's the route I'm going with this. All right, y'all, let's get going and let's see if this rhinestone has the same quality as my chicken does, which I feel like it does because, well, we've seen the diamonds on this one. Okay, we're going to start right here. Let me get my e-painter turned on, and I'm going to zoom you out for a second, just a little bit. Here is my grid line. Here is the end of my canvas, okay? So I'm going to be starting right here. Get you in the frame. Right there. Okay, I'm going to be starting right here. Letter N. Y'all, this one is different than the last one. All of the numbers are the same, and your letters are in order. I don't know if it's a rhinestone thing or what, but I do like it because it's more in line with number 1 is number 1, okay? Whereas with the I'm going to have to turn this light up. Whereas with the parrot, it was all just mixed up. Ones were the telephone or something, you know. So I like this one better already. Okay, this is the letter N. And y'all, this is what our drills look like. So here we go. Let's see. If y'all are doing a coup deals, leave me some comments. Let me know how yours is going. We're going to get moving on this one. I'm liking it better already, y'all. The diamonds are buttoned up. They're doing like they should. No craziness like I was having in my last one. They're fitting tight together. Struggling with my cold, y'all. But we're getting there. This is just my time of year for allergies. And it usually likes to turn into something more. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these ends up in here. Just to get them, there's not a whole bunch, but that way it'll already be up there. Okay. I'm liking it, y'all. This is what it should be. Y'all, I really think I love these rhinestones. Absolutely love them. I'm going to change pens. Let's see, which one do I want? Need something a little skinnier this morning. That's why I have different sizes of pens, y'all, because my hand. Oh, let's see. Just looking at my options over here. Y'all, I've got so many different pens. I'm going to go with this one, I think. All depends on how my hand's feeling as to what route I take with my pen. I usually know within a few diamonds if it is going to work or not, and that one's not. Musical pens today, y'all, but that is okay. Let's see here. Let's give this one a try. I have all different sizes for this specific reason. Old hands and fingers, y'all. I'm liking it, y'all. Really liking it. Much better than what I was dealing with. Just kind of straighten them a little bit as I go. So nice not having those big gaps, y'all. Definitely had a bad run of drills. But that's okay. Deals took care of it immediately when they got back from the holiday. No, I think the rhinestones are a little more. I told them I would pay the difference. They said, nope, we've got you covered. And said anything that I have in the future, you know, since I've ordered so many that they know I won't be getting them to them all at once. If I have any kind of quality control in the future, just let them know. So, there we have it. And it was then that I mentioned my YouTube channel. I said, my YouTube followers will be happy to hear this. They said, oh, you have a YouTube channel? I said, yes, but I do not want PR packages. I do have a discount code, but that's it. I don't want anything else. And those of you that are new, my discount code is Sparkle, capital SPARKLE 16. Gets you 16% off with Deals. Okay, y'all, that's it for the ends. We got just a few question marks up here. Go ahead and get those. Let's see, question mark is number 33. Oh, that's pretty green. Here's our diamonds. Beautiful green. There's a pop. See, with that other one, I wasn't hearing that pop like that because the diamonds weren't tight enough. I would get one every now and then, but not like this. Let me get my cover sheet pulled back a little further. I'm just placing diamonds up past my grid line so I don't have that hard line that I've talked about with the gridding. Okay, that is all of the question marks except for one over there and one up there. I think I'm go ahead and no, because that's going to throw my straighten the line off. Okay. There is one over here. I'm going to go ahead and get it because it will be within my straightening line. That's the only question mark I see. Okay. That will be within my straightening line. Okay, next is letter U. It's number 24. And here are our diamonds. Perfectly uniform, y'all. I love these rhinestones. I was hoping my chicken was not just a one-time thing, and it's not, y'all. These things are amazing. Just go ahead and sprinkle some of these up into the upper part while I'm up here with it. Okay, here we go. I have a huge order coming in, y'all, of special shapes. I have gone on a shopping spree, getting these binders filled up, and that'll give me time to get them in, get them sorted, get them in the binders, do a second round of inventory on it, make sure that I'm not missing some, you know, filling in the gaps. And so you'll be seeing those. They're starting to come in. Finally. The shipping took forever, y'all. I thought I got the order in time before the holiday, and it did not. And y'all, it has taken a month for my package. It is unreal how slow the shipping is now. but it's expected to, in fact, there was times it would say, we've been informed that the airline said that your package will ship out on this day, which would have been 5 or 6 days from the day I ordered it, from the day that I got the message. So they were definitely slow on flights. It's all back up and going now, but man. Number 30. So you'll be seeing a lot of special shapes coming up, which you're still going to get your 80 by 80 and stuff, because I got at least 60 80 by 80s over here, and that doesn't include the 60 by 60. So y'all have plenty of different types of content, but I had to focus on those binders to get to where I want them to be. Y'all, these diamonds are so much better than the other one was. Wow. Big difference. Huge difference. I mean, you're seeing the gaps are just... Let me see if I can lift this up. I mean, look at that. Nothing like what I was having with that parrot. Nothing. Amazing. I love these rhinestones, y'all. I love the diamonds, and I love the effect. It's almost like a special shape, but in an 80 by 80 without the marquees and stuff, but I mean the diamonds are just amazing. I love them. I enjoyed every second of that chicken. And y'all, I just never dreamed I would get into what I did with those diamonds of that parrot, because I saw how good their rhinestones are. But things happen, and they've taken care of it. So, well, they say they're going to put the free one in my package. We will find out once it gets here. Okay, we will see. Yeah, I'm getting that pop, y'all. I wasn't getting that with that other one. Not near what I'm getting now. These diamonds are fitting tighter. Thank goodness. I'm not having to really work to make those diamonds sit in like they should. I'm able to just put them on the canvas and be done. Okay, and next color is number 4, which is number 4. This is color 317. I forget I didn't unbox this, y'all. I'll start telling you what the color number is. Here's a quick look at them. Okay. Y'all, I am a planner, okay? My dear husband, bless him, y'all. not only am I before our retirement, I'm also getting all of our supplements together, getting us a year's supply purchased, and then my plan is every time we use a bottle or open a bottle, order a bottle. That way we stay a year ahead. And my dear husband, y'all, bless his heart, he's the worst. He will go through, he keeps his supplements in his cabinet, and I have mine in mine. And I don't pay any attention. I just ordered a bunch, I can order about 6 months at a time, but now that we're getting close to retirement, I'm starting to get a year's supply together. Well, the dear husband, he waits until he's got about 5 or 6 supplements left in his last bottle. He came in here the other day. He says, I'm out of so-and-so, so-and-so. I said, do what? I'm out. I just took my last one. And I said, no, you got 6 months worth in there. No, I just looked. That's my last bottle. And I said, honey, are you sure? Yeah. I said, well, you haven't been telling me that you were getting low. Well, I didn't think about it. I said, you've gone through 6 bottles, waited until you got to your last pill or so, and now you're in a panic that you're running out. Yeah. I said, we go through this every time, honey. I said, when you open a new bottle, let me know so I can order another bottle, because I don't want to have to buy a whole year at one time of this stuff. Sometimes you can't get a whole year's worth. You know how things are right now, or in this day and age. You used to could get all you needed, but now you just go and it may be out of stock for months. So that's why I started doing it that way. And so I got up and I went in there and I looked, and I said, you have literally opened up 6 bottles of pills, and you never thought to tell me, hey honey, I'm on my last bottle of this. Sorry, I have forgotten. I didn't think about coming and letting you know, or whatever. You've just literally opened up every bottle of these pills that I've bought and not bothered to let me know that you're running out. And he said, no, I didn't think about it. So y'all, I have now started a spreadsheet, and of course I go in to order him some, and they're out of stock. And he has warded, as we say, the horns off the billy goat about his darn vitamins. And I told him, I said, this is why I had a good supply of these things. But so we didn't get into these situations. And y'all, he came in here this morning. And he says, have you checked to see if my vitamins are back in stock? I said, I have not. And he just looked at me. I said, you do realize you came in here 4 or 5 times yesterday asking me about this dadgum vitamins? And I said, if you would have been this worried about it when you were blowing through 6 bottles and not bothering to let anybody know, you wouldn't be in this situation. He looked at me, y'all, and I said, I'm not worried about your vitamins. I had your vitamins taken care of. You blew through the bottles. You just got to wait till I get time to order some more. He just kind of went, oh. He turned around and walked out. I said, if they were that important to you, you wouldn't have never run out of those things. Now that you have none, you're just in a panic because you don't have your vitamins. I don't want to hear nothing about your vitamins. Y'all, it's got to be a man thing. Got to be a man thing. I And when he walked out, I just giggled. And of course, I went in and looked to double check. And of course, they're still out of stock. But hey, you know, lesson learned here, dear. I had you well stocked. And it's easier to get one bottle than 6 for $12. So maybe this is his lesson, y'all, because it's been this way for 30 years. So maybe this is his lesson. Don't run out again, because, well, I'm seeing now my wife has magically had all I've ever needed, and now I don't have all I need. And so I better help her out a little bit and stay on top of when I'm getting low. Y'all, I laughed so hard. I knew when he came in here, he was coming back in here to ask me about those vitamins again. He came in here 5 or 6 times yesterday, y'all, asking, have you checked on the vitamins? No, honey, I haven't. Well, okay. He come back in about an hour or two later. Have you had time to check on those vitamins today? No, I haven't. He came back in here. He made an excuse to come in here to tell me that one of our baby chickens has just laid his first egg. And showed it to me. It was a little old tiny little egg, y'all. And he says, yeah, have you checked on those vitamins today? I said, I have, and they're still out of stock. Well, when are they going to come back in? I said, I have no clue. And I'm not going to start searching for another brand, because he says, well, can't you get a different brand or something? I said, no, because I have done my research on what brands I like that have the cleanest. And I'm not going to go through that search again. I've taken the time to research to find the best choice for us. And I'm not going to do it again. I said, no, you're welcome to sit down at the computer and start researching and find who uses the cleanest supplements and all the things. I said, but I'm not going to. I've already done that work. He didn't ask me about those vitamins again yesterday, but he darn sure did this morning. Y'all, he's warting me over it. And I think he's about to get the memo of, if you ask me about those dadgum vitamins one more time, you know, because I check them every morning and every evening. And he knows this, so there's no sense in asking me. I'm not going to forget your vitamins like you forgot to tell me. And I think he's about to get the memo of, I better not ask about those vitamins again. She'll get them ordered when they come in stock, and I'll just sit here and suffer that I let myself run out of the darn things. Y'all, it's got to be a man thing. He's done this for 30 years. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. But I'm trying to have, you know, not just diamond paintings, everything, y'all. I want it to where I've got a year's supply of those supplements. And as we open a bottle, we order a bottle. And I'm going to start a spreadsheet on all of his supplements, so that I know how long each one will last him. And I know that I don't have to go look at his bottles. I don't have to depend on him to tell me, I've just opened this next bottle. I will have a spreadsheet, and I will set myself up some alerts of, this bottle lasts a month. This bottle lasts 3 months, and that way I know every month I need to be ordering a bottle of this. Every 3 months I need to be ordering a bottle of that, and I won't have to worry about this again. So that's my plan. Okay, I need 2 number D's, and D's are number 11. I don't have that bottle out. Okay. I need 2 of these little boogers. But we have got some chickens. We got a rooster that's learning to crow, and baby hens that are starting to lay. Well, they're my babies, but they're not babies. Of course, we got other chickens, you know, that are older. We just let them, you know, let the rooster and the hen do their thing, and if they don't sit, then we hatch. We'll pull the eggs and candle them and hatch them. And so I had a garage full of baby chicks through the winter, and they are now being put outside, y'all, and they're doing great with their little nesting boxes and being big chickens. And I always think of them as my kids when they go out in the big pen, and it makes me nervous. And I check on them 50 times a day, and knowing that they're fine out there, you know, I just worry about them because, well, I've nurtured them and loved them and hatched them, and some we bought and, you know, had them under the lights all winter and trying to keep them warm. And now that they're going out into the big pen, Mama's a little worried. I love my babies. Okay, we need one more two right there. Y'all, these diamonds, they are so much better. And it looks off because of the way my board's laying, but they're straight. It's the angle of this camera is making this hike up on the end. And two, y'all, I did not iron this canvas. I did not flatten out the cover sheet. My washi tape is on top of wrinkles. I did nothing to this canvas, so it's got some buckles in it because it's not been ironed. I was just ready to get started, so I didn't take the time. Okay, I need one number F, a letter F, and that is the number 12. I'm just going to stick my E-pen in my jar and grab one little diamond. I love this thing, y'all. Hear that pop? Okay, now I need just one number 4. So far, y'all, I'm having no trash, no nubs, no nothing. Okay, now we need number 3, and this is 310. And I think I showed this to y'all in the other video. Here's your 310s. Okay. See a couple of the stars symbols that I missed, but that's okay. I'll pick those up here in a minute. I love these diamonds, y'all. They're pushing these other diamonds right into place when I put them in because they fit. And it's squaring everything up for me. Oh, I love them. So glad I ordered rhinestones, y'all. I will have many of these in my stash in the coming weeks. And I'll unbox them for you and film it. Y'all, I am doing nothing different than what I have done for the last year or two as far as this ordering goes. Whether I would be filming it or not, I would have bought all these cool deals to put in my stash. Whether I had a YouTube channel or not, I would be buying all of these special shapes that I'm buying to fill up my binders. I'm doing nothing any different than what I've been doing for 2 years. It's just now that we're getting so close to retirement, I'm doing it in a feverish pitch with a mission of, okay, you've got your largest now. You need to be focusing on these binders because it's getting close, girl. You better be getting on it. And I have gotten on it, y'all. You're going to be seeing. So, like I said, whether I was filming or not. Okay, this is color number 8, and it is color 414. And here they are. So, yeah, I've got to get, y'all, I have been slacking on those binders. That was my goal after that Christmas, was I was going to start working on those binders and making sure I have everything that I want, or I won't ever have all of that I want. It's, do I have what I would need? And I do not. When I got up and started tipping those binders forward and saw how empty a lot of those are, I went into a panic, y'all. And the main reason I ordered this big bulk like I did was because it made it easier for me to know that I was not getting a lot of duplicates. Whereas if I would have ordered some here and then gone back and ordered some there, I would have probably ended up with a lot of doubles. So I wanted to do it all in one walk, and that way I know, fresh on my mind, you've got that in your cart. Oh, you don't have this in your cart. Oh, girl, you need that. That's not in your cart. You know, I wanted to make certain that I was not getting a lot of duplicates. So I just ordered it all at one time. And y'all, I got hundreds. But it had to be done. And that was the best way I knew to do it. To, like I said, not end up with a bunch of doubles. Fresh on my mind what was in my cart, and not saying, now do you have that, and then have to go search through the order to see if I had ordered it. No, I just did it all at one time. And then I will take stock, get them all put in the binders, and take stock, and then I will be able to go back and see if I need some more things. Then I can have them in the binders and flip and know, oh, you don't have that one, no, you know, and order it. So it's the best way I know how to do it. I said I was not going to order another big order like that, like I did in November and December, y'all, but this was, I had to do it. Okay, number 12. And I just kind of went by what I did when I was working just on special shapes. How many did I go through in those, you know, almost 2 years? That's all I did. And I ordered that many, plus bulking up a stash, you know, to work on for now even. So it's going to be quite large order. Okay, but there was, you know, just really no choice with that, y'all. I had to get that done. We're getting way too close for me to have time to get it all unpacked, checked in. Even if I wasn't filming, diamonds stored away, diamond paintings in the binders, then be able to go through the binder, see how many pages are empty, and how many of each theme that I needed to order in the final order. And so it had to be done. Okay, number 32. This is color 3816. I only need one, but I'll put it in the tray so you can see the color. Okay, number 32 is 3816. Okay, this is the color. It's green. Y'all, these diamonds are amazing. If you've never done a rhinestone with Cunil, they call it crystal. I mean, y'all, all I'm having to do is take my darn pen like I normally do and just push these down. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I do have some pushing down to do to get these in line, but incredible. So much better than the last one. Okay, I need 2 of the plus sign, and that is 3808, and it is color 31, or number 31. I need 2 of those. They're so low down in the jar. I mean, there's not many in here, so I can't get my E-pen down in there, so I'm going to shake them out. Of course, I'll probably get 3 when I need 2. Now I got 2. Imagine that. Okay. And here are your diamonds. Y'all, these things are perfect. You know, I'd said that, you know, I wouldn't be able to tell color for color while they were in the bags. It would take getting them, you know, putting them down on the canvas to make sure that some weren't bigger than others. I'm not having that. None of it. These are absolutely amazing. Letter A is 842, and it's the number 20. I need 2 of those. And of course I got 4, but that's okay. There's your color. Get that one in the grid. There we go. Okay, and then I need 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1 H. So 1, 4, and I can just pick that out of my box with my E-pen. Okay, that is the number 4. And I need 1 number 5, and those are so low I'll have to shake it out. And number 5 is the color 318. And then 1 H, and that is 702. And it is number 14. And I do not have, yeah, I do. We've seen that color. Okay. Alright, y'all, that is all of that section. Now let me straighten up a little bit here. Not going to take a whole lot, to be honest. just really just nudge them down into place. I'll pop that one up. I need to feel, yeah, I got a couple that's not in place. Okay. Not going to take a whole lot to get these diamonds straightened out, y'all. Nothing like what I was dealing with those parrots. Amazing. All right, y'all, let me get this flipped around and get a better look of what I need to do, okay? Take the clips off and get it flipped. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, y'all, we're turned around. I got my clips on. What I do while I'm diamond painting is I'm constantly taking my thumb and just putting pressure and running it down this line to straighten it, okay? I'm always doing that. I'm always running my finger across the diamonds. You'll feel a little bump if you've got a diamond that's popped up. Take your fingernail, pop the diamond into place. But I constantly, you'll see me doing this while I'm through this whole process of just running my finger across it, y'all, and popping them into place. You know, running my finger across the bottom, just making sure that I'm, you know, straight. You'll see me doing that. Okay. All right. We need number 3s. And this is color 310. We've seen that one, but I'll show you again. There's your diamonds. Alrighty, here we go, y'all. I am enjoying this one just as much as I have enjoyed that chicken, y'all. These diamonds are fantastic. Doesn't require a whole lot of straightening. Amazing. And once you get that outer border done, your brick wall, as I call it, and you start filling in the center, you don't even have to straighten. They will eventually straighten themselves up because you've got that big barrier along the edge, and it's going to force everything to be straight in the center. Yeah, these diamonds are amazing. If you have not done one of their rhinestones, my first resin with them, of course, was not a good experience. But if you have not done a full crystal, as they call it, rhinestone as I call it, I would encourage you to order you one. This is 2 for 2 on these, y'all. Amazing quality of diamonds. Had someone that left me a comment, said that they had a rhinestone that it was full of trash and all that. I haven't had that, y'all. This is my second one. So it's probably hit and miss like the other is, you know. It's like Forrest Gump said, it's like a box of chocolates, you know. But so far I'm 2 for 2 on this, y'all, and I am very pleased. And thank goodness I had this one to work on for this series, because if I had to wait for another one to come in, 15 to 25 days before it ships, so we would have had a major stall on the Square Series. You hear my rooster, y'all? He's crowing away out there. The little guy. That's my oldest rooster. He's mastered the crowing. My youngest one, y'all, he sounds awful. I mean awful, y'all. Yeah, I always call it going through puberty. It's hilarious. And they try so hard to be big boys. I just love a yard full of chickens, y'all. Sit and drink your coffee and look at all your chickens. They bring me joy. Especially when you got a mama hen with a bunch of babies. Look down there and all you see is little heads popping out of her feathers. Because they're all tucked in under her wings. And when they teach them to do dust baths, oh my goodness. Hilarious. I had a broody mama hen once that she never hatched anything, but she was broody. Y'all, I went to the feed store and bought about 10 baby chicks. She had every one of them baby chicks under her wings, and she thought she was something. She thought she had done something. She was so proud of her babies. But she was just so broody, I felt awful for her. I didn't need any more chickens, but I felt awful for the mama that wanted to be a mama. So I went and bought her some babies. The last thing we needed was more chickens at that point, but I couldn't stand to watch her sitting on things that I knew weren't going to hatch. So I went and got a bunch of babies and tucked them up under her, and she thought she had done something, y'all. She was so proud of herself, she strutted for weeks. She thought she was something. So proud of her babies. None of them looked alike. She didn't care. She was a mama, and that's all that mattered. Can't stand to see an animal or anything, you know, but an animal wanting to be a mama like that, and or suffering, and you can do something as simple as going and buying her some baby chicks to help her out. I can't stand to see something suffer. If there was something I could do to help it. Y'all, these diamonds are just so much better to work with. I can't tell you. Can't even begin to tell you. This was the right thing to do. Okay, letter N is number 19. And it is color 823. It's this beautiful blue. It's most of the background in it. I think this, I've got like 4 bottles of this color. It's beautiful blue. Let me get them shaken out and I'll let you see. There you go. Got one right there without a silverback. Other than that, I see no trash, y'all. No misshaped diamonds. Nothing. Okay. Start filling in down here. My hose is twisted up over here. Now I got it. Y'all, it's so nice not to have to worry about putty getting out of your pen and onto your canvas and having to reload and just, I love this e-painter. When they first come out, I said, no way could I use that thing. How ridiculous is that? Well, boy, was I wrong. I thought they were the most ridiculous thing when I first saw them. And I don't even know where it changed for me, and I said, you know, I'm gonna order one of these and try it. I don't have a clue, but I'm glad it did. I just thought they were the most gimmicky, ridiculous things I had ever seen in my life. I was very wrong on that assumption. So much so that I have backups of the backups of the backups of these things. I just leave mine, it's USB, I just leave mine plugged into the USB, and the whole time I'm working. I don't, if I need it, because it is rechargeable, if I need it to go, you know, somewhere, it's fine. That way it's always charged for that reason. Other than that, I just leave it plugged in the USB the whole time I'm working. That way my battery stays charged at all times. And when they first come out, I just, how ridiculous is that? Why in the world would you use something like that? Well, I was totally wrong on that, and I will be the first to admit it. Like I said, I don't know when my mentality on it changed, and I don't know what made me decide to order one, but I am very glad that I did. I have not used wax or putty since, y'all. I love the galactic wax. They're not in business anymore. I went and looked not long ago, and shockingly, the store's closed. But you know, I never saw. Single and Placing is the YouTube channel. That's where I learned it from him, about galactic wax. And y'all, I ordered it, and that stuff was good stuff. I got a ton of it, so if I ever need it, I got it. And it comes in a metal tin, and it's wrapped in wax paper and all the things. So I think it should stay, you know. But I've got patty wax. I've got, forget the other one. There's another one, and there's one out of Canada that I ordered. I found them from Yellow Dog Designs trays. That's the trays I used before I found these beautiful things. And how I learned about that wax was, it's beeswax based, and it was Yellow Dog Design had wax 3D printed trays for it. I said, well, what is that? So I went and looked on their website, and of course I ordered a ton of the peach. I love the peach. I think it's peach, but and then I found galactic wax, and you know, it just felt like you were always on the hunt for the perfect wax or putty. And I'm so thankful I'm out of that cycle, y'all, of constantly on the hunt for the perfect wax and putty. I've got a bunch of different pens. I have 3D printed pens as well, like these. These things are cheap. They're lightweight. This is a resin pen. I absolutely love those 3D printed pens, y'all. They're very cheap, like $8, and a lot of times she has a sale that they're $5. And I've got every color in that. I think it's carved tin. I get them on Etsy. Y'all, I'm gonna have to do a video of my pens and all that. I just have not had the time. Hopefully, once we get retired, I can sit down and I can do videos like that outside of the hauls, because y'all, right now I'm just buying, trying to get everything I need in this last short period of time. And you know, I'm filming it as I go, so I'm just busy filming right now, but an unboxing, so I can get everything stored away, so then I can sit down and do my inventory and get my final push of what I need. But I'm going to do trays, I'm going to do putties and waxes, and I'm going to sit down, and once all my binders are filled up, then I'm going to sit down and we'll flip through all of my binders. And y'all, I've told you, it is extensive, okay? So just be kind. Just know that this is for years of buying, and is for years, many more years of diamond painting than it was for buying and stocking up on these things. So, but I've got, gosh, y'all, I probably got 50 binders of special shapes. You've seen all the 80 by 80s. I won't have to re-show those. Every 80 by 80 that I have bought from Temu and the Round, you have seen them. So, alright, y'all, I think I'm going to take a break from this. Let this be a video, and I will come back to it, I don't know, a couple of days. I need to focus on filming. I've done enough. I mean, here we are, y'all. Much better than what I had before. So this is what needed to have been done, to just change diamond paintings, because those other diamonds were so bad. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get the video filmed for today, and I will see y'all in a little bit. Okay. Alright, y'all, take care, and I will see you next week on this. Alright, bye bye.